Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and today we are gonna do this beautiful nail art. Have I preview it in here? I absolutely love when I connect different techniques all together to create something very interesting, and I hope you really enjoy learning this with me today. So let's start. I want you to see it like zoomed in, as this is always so much fun, and this is what we are gonna create, like, so play with different techniques. First of all, we need to prepare our background, and I have choose like some blues, turquoise. So for one, we are gonna go 275, which is a turquoise. And for the other one, we can go nice blue. So I've got 237 spiky blue. And for both of them, I want to use the sponge just to blend the background. So we don't want it to be too heavy. I've got some sponge in here, and I'm just dabbing in to get a tiny bit of that color. Not properly, like make it just a little bit of it. And then cure it. Same in here. I'm just using the same sponge, so I will have turquoise and blue. And then cure it. We all love tiny bit of sparkle, and I'm gonna do it disco dolly on this one. And courage. And then on the other one, I'm just gonna go with tiny bit of the gold leaf and the old top coat. So I've got my old top coat in here. I actually read it in one of the comments that someone is saving the top coat, like, and they've got the ends of it is just pouring it into the one bottle, so it has almost full bottle. I usually keep my top coat, which is at the end, for those kind of designs, like, so I would mix it with the glitters and do different things with it. So I just take those small piece of the foil and kind of try to rip it apart, like, as much as I can. And then we can use it on this one. There is even some Aurora sparkle going through it, so lots of different stuff. Just a flying flakes. And then cure this one too. Okay, time to top coat our design. And for the first tip, I have used a matte background. For this one, I'm probably gonna go shiny, and for the other one, shiny as well. Top coat this one. As you can see it, I'm putting like a really decent amount of the top coat because we've got those sticking out particles of the foil. And then I can start preparing the colors for my painting. So I want to go 238, which is a very bright pink. And I also want to use some orange, 239. And because we are gonna use almost like a one-stroke technique, I mean, it is gonna be one-stroke technique with the gel polish, which is like very difficult thing. So normally acrylic paints or paint gels are best. Obviously acrylic paints would be my first choice, and painting with the gel polish, you could only do it the basics one. So I'm using the one-stroke level 1 brush. Now the gel paints only on the either sticky surface or a rough surface. And here, because I had the glitter, I'm deciding to go for a rough surface, so I'm just gently buffing it. On the other tip, I didn't have to buff because I used just a matte top coat. And I'm straight away gonna do it the same in here. So just couple scratches. Otherwise, your product is not gonna stick in well. It will be very slidey, and it will be extremely difficult to paint it. And I had another question. So basically, when I'm recording like the next videos and I'm reading your questions, guys, I'm trying also answer those questions. So the question was, how do you use this stand so they don't move? So as you can see, mine doesn't. You cannot take it off, because what I do is like even if it has a magnet, when I'm doing foiling and buffing, things can be quite rough. So what I do is I take a small drop of the base gel and attach it with the base gel, so they are kind of permanently secure. And if I break one of those tips, Patrick has to always remove it for me with the heavy tools, like, so I can glue in the next one.
I remove by the spatula.
Oh, do you? Ah, okay, so he put the spatula in between and he yes, I can, oh wow! Okay, I know how he does it now. So yes, if you break the head, because sometimes, you know, when we pressing so hardly, the head can break, you just place your spatula underneath in there and it should nicely peel the base off. Okay, so the next step is we kind of gonna paint some sort of flower, and I want some white, and then I want some orange and pink. And I had another question, is like, do you usually choose the lighter color on the top part of your brush and lighter color on the bottom? Yes, I usually kind of prefer that way. And now we are gonna paint the hibiscus flower. So I want 5 petals in there. You need to kind of imagine it in your head. So I'm placing a small dot in there, and what you could do it is you could do it like indicate where your petal's gonna be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so normally I don't do the steps, but that can actually help you to work out your placement of the petals. And then the hibiscus flower. So with the gels, you have to paint very slowly, because otherwise your brush is gonna just take away the gel. There's lots of those flowers like 3D and texture nails, and they are so heavy. I know this is in fashion, but it's kind of like out of my taste zone, I would say. So I have to come up with my own versions of those exotic flowers in a 3D kind of look, and I thought this is gonna be just the better, more delicate version of those chunky big flowers. So nice and slow. Okay, so that's my hibiscus flower painted here. I can cure it. And I can do another one in here. I actually quite like this orange, so I'm gonna try it, even more of it, and see it how this flower will turn out. And I'm gonna go a little bit bigger. No, it has to be both of them. Orange is a little bit too pale. Yes, definitely both of them. Clean my brush off on the dry wipe, just because the colors start mixing too much. Very risky going over the same places, but I just want to bring in a little bit more of those pink in there. And then cook it. Okay, time for the leaves. So I'm using the green, which is 241. And just gonna paint those leaves. D-liner brush. Quite nice and dark inside. That's plenty. So you want to keep the shapes, I would say, pretty simple, because if you overdo it, it might not look nice. So very simple. I quite like this gold in here. It looks awesome. So we are just gonna squeeze in some leaf in here. And again, bring in the dark pink. And cook it. Top coat. So high shine, no wipe top gel. Bring the shine back to it. Actually, it's faster. So if I would be doing this design on the client, I would be working one hand, other hand, one hand, other hand. The reason for it is it would be just so much faster, guys, because there will be a little bit of 3D texture going on into it. So I'm just gonna grab the clear gel, my spatula, universal tool, and just pick up a scoop of this clear gel. Perfect. Start with the first tip. So first of all, I want to use the watercolor brush, and I want to just bring in those clear gel into my flower. I kind of paint over what I did, you know, just to bring that gel in. So we've got those chunky fashion look. And you should be able to paint all 5 petals at the same time. I might actually even manage your leaves. Keep watching what your gel does. And then cook it. I'm also going a little bit outside the flower shape I have painted as well. So like get an extra 0.5 millimeter. Or even more on the leaves actually. And I'm just gonna freeze it. Oh, this one is all done, ready for the next round. Ideally, even if you can do it like one side higher, one side lower, is even better. Now we are gonna swap for a D-liner brush and a top coat. So with the top coat, we go really nice and fine. Like, it's quite watery, it's really warm in here. So I have to be working very, very fast. So like, if the temperature is cooler, you can probably do more touches than I will be able to do it. So let me get the lamp, because it has to be nice and fast. Okay, and what I want to do it now is I want to go in on the one side of this flower. That's plenty. Because you need to take into consideration that before even the lamp frees your top coat, some of the gel is going to run. And freeze it. And then do it on the leaves as well. The thinner you can get, actually, the nicer it will look. Freeze it. And keep adding more. Very fiddly, but I think it's like the results are quite nice and fantastic. We're almost there. Okay, this one is finished with the first layer. And what else you can do it is on some places you can go even higher. So like on this leaf, I want to go one more row, because that will give it even nicer dimension to it. And maybe on some petal as well. So like some of it is going to be much higher. caviar beads in gold, because we need to fill up the middle. So base gel, or actually I've got some clear gel, so clear gel will be okay as well. I prefer actually a base gel because I think the clear gel is quite sticky to the brush, so it's more difficult to separate them, definitely. Okay, get them into some sort of nice shape. Have to use the base gel. That was so much easier. Now I know why I'm using the base gel. And then to save myself a time as well, I'm gonna add one more. Because I need to cure them anyway. Same in here, so a drop of base gel. Okay, couple more. And then few lines. Okay, let's cure it and then I can show you the final results of this cool design, I would say. So you can see it, all the texture we've got it, like, and those 3D look to it. But it's a little bit more delicate, not that chunky as we would get with the polygel, because I feel it is like, actually acrylic. Acrylic would be better, I would say. You can be more precise with it. So I decided to use those combination technique, like a few different things to get those kind of exotic flowers. I actually love this one so much because it's really nice and delicate, not too heavy, not too chunky. And I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this tutorial. But you can still see it, like they have lots of those texture and lots of those 3D look to them. Especially on this one, I have actually went quite crazy with the amount of times going over it. Yeah, so that's the finished results of this combination technique, and I hope you have really enjoyed it. Sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!